Welcome to CareyBrosPros, the podcast for construction pros by construction pros. Now, here are James and Morris Carey.
That's right. We are brothers and professional licensed contractors, but we also like to think of ourselves as scholars.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we learn something every day, whether it be at a job site or from our guests right here on CareyBrosPros.
And sometimes it takes a tragic event, such as the Sonoma County wildfires, to teach us a few things. Wisdom can come from experience, and that's why we're happy to welcome our guest for this episode of CareyBrosPros. He is California State Senator Bill Dodd. Senator Dodd, welcome to CareyBrosPros.
Well, it's great to be on the show.
Really pleased to have you here. Senator Dodd represents District 3 in Northern California, which includes the county of Napa and parts of Sonoma County. He also serves as the co-chair of the Wildfire Safety and Preparedness Conference Committee, which was convened by California Governor Jerry Brown to address the devastating wildfires in the Golden State.
Senator Dodd, we witnessed firsthand the devastation in the wine country wildfires, which occurred in the fall of 2017. That touched your district directly, and we continue to learn things from that event firsthand and, of course, through all of the media. Changes in building practices, building materials, of course, labor shortages, the bureaucracy, red tape, permitting, and so on. But one thing that you've done that has piqued our interest and that we congratulate you for is to author a bill that requires that all new electric garage door openers have a battery backup. So, in your own words, tell us why you think we need backup batteries for electric garage door openers and why you sponsored this legislation.
Well, you know, it was almost a year ago on October 8th, my wife and I were evacuated from our home. And right away, the panic that kind of sets in when there's some event like that where you can look up in the sky and see flames approaching, whether it was me or any number of people that, we had over 6,500 homes burned in the Napa and Sonoma County areas. And it was a sense of kind of panic when you go to press your garage door opener and it doesn't work and it's dark, you can't see, you don't have your flashlights. Preparedness comes in many fashions, and that's one of them that we probably all should do is prepare an emergency kit so that you have your flashlight and those type of things. But I'd never certainly thought about, not being able to get your car out of the garage. Now, we all know that you can reach up and grab a rope, but not all those doors, particularly heavy wood doors, or frankly, for many senior citizens or young people, short people, it just became a big problem. And there was at least 6 people that died in their garages. Now, we can't say for sure that was the cause, but just logically, if their garage door could have been up, they probably would have gotten out. We had a neighbor right up the street from us that got very, very frustrated and panicked and just threw it in reverse and drove right out through the garage door.
Well, as you indicated, that when you press that button, typically what happens is the garage door opens and a light comes on. So you get the benefit of large egress, which means you can either get out on foot, you can get out in your car and move more rapidly, but you also have path lighting, and when it's not working, you don't have any of that. So, thank you for sharing that personal story with us. You may know that Brother Morris and I, in a concert with our North Bay radio affiliate, KSRO, did a North Bay wildfire recovery seminar a few months after those wildfires, and the devastation that we saw and the stories that we heard, like yours, really hit you right in the gut. And hopefully those experiences teach us things that we can apply that experience into the rebuilding of those areas as well as to any building project that we take on.
One of the things that was really a surprise to me and kind of motivated me to want to run this bill was not only the devastation to people that have lost their lives, and also many senior citizens who asked me to do it, but also I'm not one to generally run bills that cost people a lot of money and make more regulation out there that would cause concern for some folks. But what surprised me was the cost of this is really next to nothing. Right now they have models that come with garage door openers that come with the battery backup that is not a lot more than the systems that don't. And if you're a do-it-yourselfer, I think it's $30-$40. You can have a battery backup, and boy, when it comes time, whether it's a fire or a flood or an earthquake, there's just no doubt about it. You press that button, your garage door is going to go up.
This like the beam at the base of a garage door, which prevents the door from crushing small children or pets, or even coming down on a vehicle or any other object that can potentially block that beam, is important. One of our clients for a remodeling project in Oakland recently said, is there an alternative to these beams because they're impinging upon some cabinetry that we want to install and that sort of thing? And I said, well, I'll check into it. So I reached out to a major manufacturer of garage door openers, and they said, the law requires the beams. Furthermore, if the beams are not in place, the garage door opener will not operate. My question was, can we utilize a pressure-sensitive weather stripping or astragal at the base of that garage door that would serve the same purpose? The answer was no. It's beams, and without the beams, the door simply won't open. Okay, I want to know, I really, really want to know, Senator Dodd, if you're generating support and if you could be experiencing any opposition from your peers in the legislature.
I was really pleased that not only was it a bicameral, both the Assembly and the Senate passed it overwhelmingly, but it was bipartisan. And I was really grateful to both the Republicans and the Democrats for, coming up on this bill. I think they saw that this was, something that was not only important to me and to so many seniors that are in my district, but also for the future in their own districts, making sure that our garage doors can open when we have, any type of disaster.
Curious to know, are you aware of any other states or areas that have this type of legislation in place?
California is the first to have this legislation. I can't remember the vote count, but it was generally something. And we have over 2,000 bills, and in the California state legislature, probably about 1,500 make it out. And this one, when you do have bipartisan support like that, I fully expect the governor to sign this because it did receive so many votes from the left and the right.
And the governor has not yet signed the bill.
That's correct.
Do you have expectations when that might happen?
Well, for sure it's going to happen. I believe the deadline for that is October 1st, so it's coming soon.
All right. And once he does sign the bill, when do you expect that the legislation will become law and that we'll actually see garage door openers with battery backups? And is there any requirement for retrofit?
There's no requirement for retrofit, so we'll see this on January 1st, 2019. But I'm hoping what we can do is get the word out so that people can retrofit it on their own. There's no reason to wait till your garage door opener goes out. I have not yet done it on mine, but I intend to do it. So it's fairly straightforward. And but I would hope that would be something that the word would get out, that people would do it and retrofit their garage doors. But there's not a requirement for retrofitting it by law.
You're talking to a couple of guys who believe in the building permit process and in safety, and we feel that those two elements are tied together very tightly. And on behalf of homeowners everywhere, and Senator Dodd, we like to end our chats here on CareyBrosPros by asking our guests for 3 points for success. What 3 points would you like to leave with our fellow professionals?
Well, first, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And second, people should have an emergency evacuation plan in place. And finally, it's really good to know how the systems in your house work and remember what requires electricity to operate.
Boy, I got to tell you, you're amazing.
Boy, when you don't realize what's powered by electricity until you don't have electricity. So that's a great idea. And I imagine it's important to know where your water shutoff is, where your gas shutoff is, where your electrical shutoff is, and any other utilities that serve your home.
To learn more about the garage door safety bill or about the work being done by California State Senator Bill Dodd, check out this website at SD Sierra David 03.senate.ca.gov.
That's http://SD03.senate.ca.gov. And of course, we'll have a link to that at our website at CareyBrosPros.com.
Okay, everybody, loosen up those tool belts and relax. It's time for a quick bro tip from the Carey brothers.
As pros, we frequently are asked by our clients to help them prioritize their often lengthy home improvement wish list. This process, which we've dubbed a needs and budget analysis, is designed to clearly define what their expectations are along with their proposed budget. Now, it goes without saying that more often than not, the budget falls short, sometimes way short, of the resources needed to accomplish everything on the wish list. That's when we step in as pros and client advocates, giving them information that they need to determine how much they can get for the available resources. As important, we help them prioritize what work should top the list and improvements that can be performed as more resources should become available. The top of most wish lists are heavily weighted with what we call sizzle items, such as cabinets, counters, flooring, plumbing fixtures, and appliances. Now, while we understand that these and other sizzle items are the origin of most medium to large remodeling projects, we always suggest to our clients that they give equal or more consideration to the steak. That's the bones and systems. So, as we endeavor to create solutions for our clients, we recommend the following order when it comes to establishing project priorities. Safety first. Old, outdated, undersized, and unsafe electrical have to go and be replaced with an up-to-date, modern, and code-compliant system, which includes smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. Also, a new sectional roll-up garage door with a modern door opener will improve safety, convenience, curb appeal, and value. Structural deficiencies at the basement, foundation, framing, that's floor, wall, roof, and decking, should be corrected. This includes repairing any rot due to structural pests and weather. Deferred maintenance is next. Peeling paint, a leaking roof, rusting gutters, they can be manageable maintenance tasks that, if left unattended, can lead to budget-busting major repairs. Managing utility costs, improving comfort, and preserving natural resources are next on the list. Replacing an old energy-hog furnace or air conditioner, installing a more efficient water heating system, replacing water-guzzling plumbing fixtures, installing new energy-efficient windows, and upgrading insulation, and doing a little infiltration control at the same time, can do wonders for comfort and reduce the average utility bill by up to 30%. The good news is that many of the steak items can be combined with the sizzle, a new bathroom, kitchen, extra room, or whole home remodel. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Your clients don't only look to you for great craftsmanship, They depend on your guidance to help them make prudent buying decisions that will assist them in getting the best bang for their home.